Hey there, YouTubers, making a video here for the transfer case four-wheel drive motor removal on a 2000 to 2007 Silverado. I've got the old motor off here. I should have taken some steps to show how to take it out, but I can go over it real quick. First, you take off the drive shaft. 4 11mm bolts. You're going to need to get a pry bar and compress the drive shaft to get it down below your cross member. You need to get another pry bar and pull it out of the transfer case there. If it's never been out before, it's come out hard. But if it's been out recently, then it should slide right out. So I've got the shift motor off. 3 15mm bolts. Attach it here, and there. They were pretty corroded. I needed to get a little bit of heat and a long bar on my ratchet to get them out. So I want to go over why these go bad. Basically, what happens is this is all corrosion. This is aluminum. It's an alloy, and the salt, especially if you live in the Northeast, and it gets right in there behind this plastic plate that comes off of it. And all of the salt gets trapped in there. You can see it's starting to go out in the plastic too. It just makes a mess, and it puts a lot of tension on this here. And the motors get weak over time. This is 2003 and 220,000 miles. You know, it's been shifted in and out a lot of times. So it gets too weak and it's not able to spin this, and that's why your light flashes on the dash. And you have to take the fuse out, cycle the key, and go in there with a hammer and hit it and all that kind of thing to get it to go back into two-wheel drive. You see the salt collects right here in this little hole, and it gets in there, and that's just what it does. So before I put this back together, I'm going to get some brake cleaner, spray that all down, make sure it's all good to go before I put this back together. It should go back together relatively easily. Make sure I put some grease on those bolts and keep those from getting corroded in there again, because like I said, they came out pretty hard. Good time to check this and, you know, make sure there's no play in your transfer case, and also good time to check the U-joints in your drive shaft. You know, they don't get used much, so when they do get used, they get used hard, and it's a little wear and tear on them. I checked mine all out; they were good. See, I'm still stuck in four-wheel drive here because the motor was bad, so the actuator in the front has not shifted it back into two-wheel drive yet. But that's the next part of the process anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the new one in and see how we go. Here's my new part. It's a remanufactured from Napa. It was like $300, and there is a core charge on these. So what I've noticed is where my transfer case was in four-wheel drive still, this up here, let me see if I can focus a little better there. It's keyed. If you look at it here, you can see there's one tooth down on the bottom that is different, and it's got to line up. If it doesn't line up, it's not going to go in. So also make sure you put some dielectric grease on the plug right here. I got some in there. The lighting's not very good. You know, you have some dielectric grease in the plug. That one goes up in there. Torque on these is 30 something. I just put them in where they're tight. So, okay, I got the new one on, bolted in, plugged in. Like I said, I greased up the bolts before I put them in there and torqued to tight. Not too tight that you strip out the aluminum though. And that's just snug them with a ratchet. So now I'm going to lower the truck down on the lift here and make sure it works before I go put everything else back together. So. Coming down. Alright, so I'm in the truck here. I'm going to turn the key on. This is we're in auto four-wheel drive. 2, 4, neutral. I need the brake pedal. Full low. All right, that's a good sign. I hear the motor working down there. Just cycle it through a couple times. There we go. there we go. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. Good shape there. So, that is good. I guess we'll put it back up in the air and put the drive shaft in, the skid plate back on, and it'll be good to go. Alright, so I got it all back together here. Sort of how you would do it in reverse order, I guess, because I didn't show you how to take it apart. This skid plate, if you're a Z71, you have this 4 bolts, 15 millimeter here. Drive shaft, like I said, this is for 11 millimeter bolts. Use a bar to compress it, get it down past this here. Put it back in, put this end in first, obviously, and make sure your little rubber sleeve goes back over so there's no dirt and shit getting up in there. This collects a lot of sand. Cleaned this out when I did this. Checked on my U-joints, they're pretty good for originals, so I mean, I don't want to get that headache today. Anyway, otherwise, I guess the truck's looking pretty good here. So, cool. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful.